What happened to Shankar? I don't even need to introduce who he is. He is the most iconic or one of the most iconic directors in Indian cinema ever. He has made huge, large scale films and has put us on the map, even if it's for goofy reasons. Seriously, some of those scenes are goofy AF. Recently, it seems like he's giving dud after duds, like he has lost his voice completely. Just to give you a brief history or a brief overview of his filmography, his films have always one theme, which is a major part of his filmography, and his voice, which is like the social climate, the class struggle, and the socio political climate basically of India, corruption, all of these things are a major part of his filmography. Straight from one of his first films, which was Indian Gentleman, first major hit after Indian probably was Mudhalwan. I'm sorry if I'm pronouncing it wrong, or better known to some Hindi speaking people as Nayak, which is the Hindi remake of his original film. Like, imagine giving Nayak 5 or 10 years into your career and you've only made like 5, 6 films yet. So, this is like your sixth film, and you give Nayak, which is one of the most iconic films to ever exist. And then right after that, you give Aparichit, which is again the biggest, like most iconic film ever. And just don't stop there. You give Shivaji the Boss, Enthiran, and I, one after the other. Like, that's a crazy streak of good films. He also created a remake of Three Idiots, which I think was a bad idea. I don't know why he would do that. But okay, it probably was a pretty good film. And I think his films are amazing and iconic. Seriously. Like, yes, the set designs or the acting is kind of goofy, like the way he tries to portray things are kind of funny, but also it's like the sugar with the pill, because we are talking about depressing shit. You need to watch his films if you haven't. Like, Shivaji the Boss is maybe my favorite film after Aparichit, because Aparichit is the best. I've given dud after dud, and this is why it has gone down, I think, which is the sad part, because he really was making iconic filmography, and maybe he can turn around, and this could just be a low phase in his career that he overcomes to be one of those people. But he also constantly works with this one other guy named Sujata, which is always uncredited in story. I don't know why that is, like story writing, and is credited as the providing dialogues. Maybe he only provided dialogues. Unfortunately, this person passed away, and since then Shankar is working alone. But after that is when Shankar has been receiving a lot of criticism for his films. Like the first film, which wasn't a collaboration between Shankar and Sujata, was Nanban, which was a remake of Three Idiots. So, okay, that's kind of a dud for someone like him, but it's. Then he made I, which I liked, but a lot of people apparently did not like. I still think it's one of the most horrifying and scary movies ever. Then he created 2.0, which I hate. 2.0 was really bad. Like, seriously, if you're honest to yourself, you cannot like 2.0, especially compared to Enteran or Robot, whatever you call it. The original film was so iconic. I don't know why people loved this film. This film sucked. This film was really bad. Like, this film did not need to be created, and it had no real point, or just starting to look bad, guys. Like, the promotional material is just out there. It has no clear film language or a clear story to say or something to say. Like, if you watched RRR during the promotions, it was clearly building up to something grand and epic, whereas Game Changer seems to just be, the middle of the road 2008 average max Tamil films or Telugu films that we used to watch, at least the Hindi speaking audience used to watch. It just looks like another South Indian film from the early 2000s, which is not going to float in these days. Maybe it could be a huge hit, who knows? And it seems to be about corruption and all. We could really make a banger here, but this looks bad. There's Kiara Advani in the film. I don't know if she's only in the film for a song or if she's the main female lead, because she's not featured anywhere in the promotional material. Now, there's still some time for the film to come out, but there is no real trailer. There's nothing out yet. I don't know what they are planning, but they need to like work on this shit.